One of the things we try to achieve with everything we do is obviously reliability, and these older cars, especially older electrics, and this is a 930 turbo. We're putting an updated fuse panel in, but just to run you through these, this is the wiring behind the back of your fuse panel, and often cars get old and aged, and these early type bullet fuses become quite unreliable. You can hit a bump and it can knock lights out, knock fuel pumps out, and all sorts of things. This particular car has had a continuing problem with the fuel pump fuse keep jumping out, and we've put it in a couple of times, but it's just becoming to the point where it's unreliable. So here's your original fuse board here, which is this one, and the bullet fuses just push in. That's the lower side of the fuse panel, push in there and then just clip in, and as you can see, quite easy to pull out. So one of the advancements in technology, some clever guy, much more clever than me, has made this modern fuse panel. So these run a traditional small blade fuse, push in, much better, much more reliable. The nice thing with these as well, you have an LED light on these, so if any of the fuses go, you actually get a light to say the fuse is gone. If you can see, these are the old ones together, and this one basically replaces. The other advantage of these modern fuse panels is these two relays here. These two relays are for your headlight. So the advantage is it actually makes your headlights slightly brighter when driving. Anyone that's driven an old air-cooled car with these candles of the lights will know anything to improve your lights is always much better. Obviously something we do in-house. If you've got an interest or want to discuss it, give us a call.
Today we've got this lovely Guards Red 997.1 in to talk to you. So we've had this for the past couple of weeks, in for a couple of bits and pieces. One of the main issues was a slow start. Now one of the main causes of slow starts on these is the starter motors and the power cables that run from the alternator to the starter motor and then down towards the gearbox. So we've gone and diagnosed that and replaced the starter motor, the alternator and the power cables. They've all been done, along with a service as well and a couple of other minor bits and pieces on it. But yeah, as you can see, it's a lovely little car, Carrera 4S. So the reason this 997 is a bit different and a bit special, not only is it Guards Red, which is an unusual colour for the 997, this is also an X51 pack car. So if you have a look in the engine bay here, we've got a carbon fibre airbox, we've got cast plenum and an enlarged throttle body. It also has reworked cylinder heads, adaptive exhaust system as well as a Porsche-derived different map on there for more power. I believe these make 375 horsepower with a bit more torque as well for that low-end grunt. But as you can see and agree, it is a lovely little sleeper car for those who don't know.
We're in the workshop today just to give you a bit of an idea of what we do on a daily basis. So I'm standing in the engine area at the moment, so you'll see various bits. This is a 996 3.6 for a rebuild that had a very, very small amount of pickup on number 6 cylinder. So we're just rebuilding that. The crankcases are here. Let me show you. So this is our liners of all new crankcases. These are steel liners. So we decided to put steel liners with a forged piston. It's just my choice, to be honest. That's what we're doing on this one. Why this is always having an engine build is having a set of our standard PPT exhausts, which are really nice. So another product of ours that's going on the car. So this is going back together at the moment. Ben is assembling the crankcase at the moment. The crank itself. New shells, new bearing all the way through, new chains, as you can see. All Porsche genuine parts as well, so everything we use is from Porsche. That's going back together, but the most recent engine that Ben's in process of testing before driving in the next day is this 21 plate GTS 4 litre. Had an oil pump drive problem. The oil pump sprockets on these are known to be a failing point, and luckily enough this one, the customer realised something was wrong, pulled over, rung me, or rung the office, and we said don't drive it, get it back, we'll inspect it. And he called it really, so the damage was actually very, very minimal. So it's had the engine out, complete rebuild, new oil pump drive, new chains. This one, when it failed, did actually damage 2 of the cam variators on bank 2. So we had to replace the cam variators, but just being complete, we replaced all 4 to make sure it's all good. But this is now back together and running. It actually will be going on its road test and MOT tomorrow. So should be done and handed back to the customer in the coming days.